So, hello, this is Rachel Stravelli. I am your inner wisdom teacher and in her wisdom teacher. So, I have written it out for you so you can see in her wisdom and her being Mother Earth. So I am deeply connected to Mother Earth, both with my logical, scientific mind of all the education, masters in science, years of organic agriculture, studying environmental education, and also just lots of time sitting in nature and being observing, quiet with nature and of myself. I plant seeds in people and organizations and in my garden. And those seeds help us to blossom, to awaken our potential, to nurture our potential, to help us tap into our inner wisdom and the endless creativity that Mother Earth has. So, I mean, check out this. This is a seed pod from a magnolia. Of all the amazing things that are in our world, like how intricate is this and how detailed. The stem has all these little dimples along it. It's actually pretty amazing. And all of the seeds in this have dried up and fallen out. Oh, there's actually one left right there. But when it first falls, they're bright red. And today I just got inspired to pick that up off of my table in my office. I keep it there for inspiration. But so last night I received infusion of insight or intuitive download, however you'd like to put it, from Mother Earth with some knowledge to share, some wisdom. And this is my first time sharing this type of thing in a live. And so thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay. Feel free to reach out and comment and ask me if you have any questions. So I woke up at 2 a.m. and I often will wake up in the night with ideas. And sometimes they're just like full concepts and then it just starts unfolding. So what came to me was an image of a dime and an image of the dime spinning around as if it like somebody is spinning it on a table. And then the image was of the dime flipping on its head and totally like suddenly flipping in the other direction. So it's spinning like this, and then all of a sudden it flips over like that. And the message I received was that the next year, 2020, this is when things are going to flip on their head. This is when the spinning dime, which has been spinning, hiccup, up, flip. And this is something that as I was receiving this, I was thinking, that sounds a little bit daunting. And if you look at the news and the media and what people are saying, it's like here in the US, there's an election coming up next year. There's all this stuff we have to do about climate change, but it's not happening. There's a lot of pressure of things building. There's issues with the economy that have not been fixed. There's the fact that we're not backed by a gold standard anymore, and corporations have their hands in everything. And I'm not anti-corporation per se, like not absolutely, but neither should they have more power than the power of a democracy. And I deeply care about the environmental degradation and the state of our environment. So it's like there are all these things that could be seen as negative. And yet, my offer to you, my consistent way that I show up is to acknowledge that that is there. Like, this is what we're given. This is the situation we're dealing with. And then what? What are we going to do about it? How can we take action? How can we find the positive? How can we start moving forward and not let these things hold us back, scare us, overwhelm us, keep us from moving forward? And so, as I said, I plant word seeds in the hearts of individuals, if I can get that word out, individuals and organizations. And honestly, some of those little seeds that I plant are hope, new perspective, and new understanding that we can do things in a different way. And honestly, we're going to have to, because in case you haven't noticed, the world is changing and it's going to keep on changing. And it's really easy to start thinking that the way things have been are the way they're always going to be. You know, we acclimate to our settings, we acclimate to our habits. Some brain researchers say if you're over the age of 35, 90% of the way you live your day is ingrained habits and non conscious behaviors. That's a lot. So that means 5% of the day you're like actively choosing. So, but being a sower of seeds means that I am always believing in hope. I always have faith in the future, in people, in nature. Seed sowers, we believe, we act, we respond, and we never despair. And oh, this is back to my image here. The yin yang didn't come to me per se, but as all these other things were coming to me in the night, I was thinking about the yin yang, and well, I'm smiling because when I was in high school, like all the hippie people that I knew, including myself, like we were really big into the yin yang. And so I kind of feel a little bit cheesy bringing it up, but I mean, this symbol has been around for quite a long time, and there's so much wisdom there. And so it's like, even if we're on the dark side of the circle, there is always a pinpoint of light. Always, no matter what. There is no reason to ever lose hope or to ever despair. Now, that doesn't mean if you are feeling hopeless or feeling despair that I'm judging you. I'm not like, oh, there's no reason, so just get over it. That's not it. What I mean is you can expand and shift your perspective out of that and recognize that that is not a place that you have to stay. You do not have to maintain that perception, and that you can find that pinpoint of light in the darkness. And maybe you can be that for someone else. Maybe someone else will be that for you. So what if in the new year, everything that you thought you knew you could count on was altered? This was the message that was coming to me. I was like, okay, nothing heavy or anything, just some late night musings from Mother Earth about how the course of events of natural and human made things are going to be shifted beyond our expectations. Oh, okay. Just normal news. But despite of all that, despite wondering like, what if everything that we were counting on changed? What if, so does the dime represent financial structures? I don't know. Like, what is this spinning of the dime and that gets flipped on its head? I'm going to be thinking about it. I'm going to be asking about, what did this symbol that came to me mean? I know that I am unwilling, as I said, to stay in despair, to stay in hopelessness, to believe that nothing can be done. My entire life, I have been trying and working and experimenting with what is the way that I will move forward for the things that I believe in order to sustain and protect and conserve the things that I believe in and the things that I know are valuable, like our Mother Earth. So I sow hope, forward positive motion and movement. But I know that the time with the world as it is limited. That's also why I feel pressure to share what I can with you. I know that change is coming. Change is also here. Like, it's coming and it's here. Like, you can see the ripples of it. You can hear it. You can notice it. And it's coming. The newness, the results of the change, I don't think that is here yet, but the change is here. And what we also notice is, and this is happening all over the world, not just in the US, some people take this as an opportunity to clamp down, to contract, to shut down. They move into tribalism. And when I say tribalism, I mean like they stick with only the people who are like them, only the people who they know. They get really into polarized topics. And they stick to these old paradigms of the past. Our current political leader here in the US, like, if he's not from the past, I don't know who is. I mean, yeah, he is living in our present, but everything that he represents is mindset and actions of the past. And yet, like, we haven't yet embraced the future. And so we're in this weird space in between where there's all this tension and there's all this contrast. And there are people who, because it's so unknown and because it feels like, I know sometimes for me, I feel like we're on the edge of a precipice. And I wonder, like, where is this all going? My husband and I were talking last night, and he's like, I feel like with technology, we've had 20 years happen in the last 2 years or 5 years. And it's true. So today, now the internet's saying it's funny. Today, I want to help give you actions to help you seed hope and belief into your life. And when I say belief, I am not speaking of any one religion, but of hope in life itself and of a greater connection to something bigger than ourselves. And you can apply it in any way you like. I come from a Christian background, and so the concepts of Christianity and the biblical text that I know, and the phrases and all that, those are with me, and sometimes they may come out in my work. It's not because I'm promoting that as over any other thing. It's just those are the truths that I have learned, and that is one way to describe it. So I have here, and then now we shift to Dickens, Charles Dickens. And so this was also what was coming to me last night. It was the richest of times. It was the poorest of times. It's the holiday season. And as I look around me, I see a mix, a really contrasting mix, rushing to get gifts. And then I see other women that I know, other mothers struggling to put food on the table, struggling to find enough money to get propane and to heat their homes. The peddling of cheap plastic things and overly fragrant bath products. I mean, if you haven't seen enough of that in aisles and ads and all that, you must not be going any of these places. And then we've got folks with broken down cars, folks with broken dreams, folks who are like, the world is seeming like a rough place and I don't really know how I fit in, and it seems difficult and sad. So it's like, I see both of those in my community, in other communities across the country, and that's why I'm saying it was the richest of times, it was the poorest of times. We've got so much at our fingertips, and we also have so many people who feel the lack. And I ask that instead of rushing to fill and finish your list, you'd pause to be grateful for what you have. And if you have more than the basic necessities, can you find one way to give abundantly this season? And I'm not saying don't buy your special thing, don't buy your special present. If you want to get something for your partner or your kid, I'm not telling you to like live like a monk. But I'm saying don't go into debt or buy tokens of love. Like, nobody wants those tokens. Yeah, okay, the children might want some things. Do they want 20 things? Can they even play with 20 things? No, forget about tokens of love. Just give love instead. And if it's somebody who their love language is gifts, I mean, yeah, get them a token gift, but remember that is the token. It's not the thing, if that makes sense to you. And then I think if you are concerned with the state of the world, which I know that many people are, then I have a task for you. If you're concerned with the fate of society, if you're concerned with the fate of your own life, like, let's be real here, then I have a task for you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop. I want you to stop all the rattling around in your head. I want you to pause. I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to take it in a way that you're not moving from moment to moment, thinking of the past, thinking of the future, thinking of which direction. I want you to be in that moment, taking that breath. And then here's what I want you to do. And this is what I'm asking that's different than just take a deep breath. I want you to notice. I want you to notice. Can I get out of the light here? I want you to notice the place that you live. Like truly see it. I want you to ask yourself and start observing and finding out, why is the place you live the most beautiful place on earth? And you can take this literally, as in your home, your actual home, or whatever it is that you're spending the nights. You can take it figuratively, like your town or your state, if you like. But I want you to really connect to what is it about that makes it the most beautiful place. And now I know some of you might be saying, no, Rachel, you do not know where I live. It is not a pretty place. and it's not the most beautiful on earth. And what I would say is it possible that you haven't looked closely enough? Is it possible that if you look around you every day this week, if every day you ask yourself, how is this the most beautiful place on earth? What makes it so beautiful? Find the most beautiful place within this beautiful town that you are in. And then what I want you to do also is ask yourself, how shall I treat this beautiful place? And as you're noticing this, and as you're feeling it, and as you are immersing yourself in it, I want you to not just see it with your eyes, but like pause so that your whole being can see this beautiful space, this beautiful place that you are. Because I'm on a mission to help you reconnect with the beauty of the natural world. And that beauty, that reconnection that we're making to the land, that is going to sow the seeds in your life. It's going to plant seeds. We're going to connect to the land. We're going to plant seeds literally and figuratively. If you have a place to plant them literally, great. If you don't have a place to plant them literally, great. Like, we're going to plant the seeds in our hearts, in our lives, in our places that we live. We're going to have a relationship with this beautiful, creative, nimble, life-giving mother that is Mother Earth, that is nature. You are going to make a connection to that. And you are going to start to see whether you are having a season where your car's broken down and you don't really know how you're going to get food on the table, or you're having a season where you're really wrapped up in more, or maybe you're not in either of those, but you feel the pressure of the change of the world that's coming, and you don't know what your place in it is, and you feel existential crisis, you feel personal midlife crisis for how you're going to fit in this world and what is going to happen. Whatever you choose to do, what I want to invite you to do is to first connect to the beauty of nature, of the land, of the place where you are. And if this sounds like it's too big of a challenge, as in if you start doing it and you find that you are thinking like, I don't know what you mean, Rachel, this is not working for me, please reach out to me. You can comment below, you can message me, you can email me. Like, I will work with you on this. But I want to invite you to see what happens and invite you to delight in the magnificence that takes over your life when you start to see how you are living in the most beautiful place on earth. And I may or may not know where you live, but I kid you not, every place I have ever lived is the most beautiful place on earth. That is making me a little bit emotional right now. Like, I love this place so much. And by this place, I mean Mother Earth. But I also mean like my town that I'm in right now, and my yard that I can see right out through the window. Like, this place is amazing, and your place is amazing. And so You're going to be pausing, you're going to be taking a deep breath, and you're going to start observing what is the beauty there. And if you can put it into words, I would love if you would reach out and put it into words and tell me. All right, as I mentioned before, I am Rachel Stravelli. If this is your first time here, I feel like I do this in such a weird way. I mean, like, thumbs up is more like this, but I feel like the way the icon looks is like with the fingers out. Anyway, thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe so that you can always stay connected. And we're going to see, probably I'm going to do at least once a month when these intuitive flashes or infusions come through to me, these intuitive downloads. I'd love to come in and connect and share with you and share these wonderful ways that you can connect with yourself, the wisdom within, with the beauty, with Mother Earth. So definitely put in the comments below, how is your place the most beautiful place on earth? I cannot wait to find out. All right, thank you so much for connecting today. I love you so much. Bye.